I was 100% committed to this teal color for this car to go with these wheels because it takes a certain type of color to make the wheels work with the car, and I was fully committed until someone started talking to me about buying the car. This was a financially a little bit riskier project for me, and I was ready to get out of it, so I felt pressured to just get rid of the car. It worked out so perfect. Someone was super interested and liked it, and they had a red burgundy colored Mustang in their younger years, and they wanted to do something similar for this build, and it just, red and me and cars just don't go together. So I was a little bit like, oh, we made it this far and now I gotta make it something that is just not gonna work. The future owner and I sat down, had a couple conversations, looked at quite a few different colors, and through a lot of persuasion I got him to do this color called 3M Black Rose. It's red, orange / purple, rose color. It's got a total different twist at night, but then in the sun it looks way different. It's a cool color, I'm pretty hyped on it, and I'm glad it worked out the way it did. Wrapping cars is something that takes me an extremely long time, and I'm not exactly the most confident I will do it, but luckily, I'm actually good friends now with Logan, who helped me wrap the ST. He has this company called Street League Wraps here in Phoenix, so if you guys are local, you guys can contact him. But he invited me to come out to his shop, sit down, we do the whole thing in 2 or 3 days and just knock it out. 2 of us going absolutely crazy on it. The front bumper was just nuts. I could not have done it without him. He did the whole thing and it was just way over my skill level. I did not realize how crazy sometimes the front bumpers on these cars can get as far as being labor intensive. Wrapping is extremely labor intensive, and I really appreciate Logan's help. He is completely one of the most dedicated people I know to his craft. Absolutely gets after it. So let's get into doing this. I hope you guys enjoy the process. It's pretty satisfying to watch the whole thing come together. This process always begins with disassembling a car. You're going to take off the 5.0 badge. There's the holes in the panel. Take off the taillights, vents in the hood, the antenna on the roof, the gas cap. Clean everything with isopropyl alcohol. Once you get the whole car clean, we actually had some clear bra on the front of it left over. I didn't really see until we got down inside there. We got that off, and then we started measuring what size pieces we're gonna need for every panel, so we can just cut them all out, mark them, label them, have them ready to use when we attack each panel. Logan, the wing on the ST was the only bad part. What is the wing on this car?
Definitely the bumper. There's a lot of like contour and areas that we're gonna have to really tuck, as well as like a lot of overlays as well. Other than that, like, it's pretty much a straightforward car.
Upstairs at Logan's shop, we've got a big table to cut vinyl. This is where they can have any sort of stickers made, and then have a big table for us to just cut out the vinyl for each panel. We got them all ready. We start tacking up the rear quarter. He draws the lines with his pencil where we need to cut it, take it off, then cut it, and then we can place it on and get going on this. This is the absolute most proper way we've done it so far since we went to Logan's shop. It made things a little bit more seamless. So you guys can kind of pick up on some things through this video that you can do in your garage if you want to tackle it and wrap a car yourself. Most panels, if it has a big body line like the door does, you want to press that down first, use that as your anchor, and then work up or down from there. Then me and Logan got going on the front fenders. We kind of raced. We did a video for his channel, so make sure you just follow him on Instagram when this video comes out. You guys can go check it out. We talked about a few things, and I think you guys will like it. If you're looking to wrap your car yourself at home, I have a link in the description to some tools you can use for vinyl from Amazon, so you can just order those, get your vinyl. I have some helpful information down in the description if you wanted to get started and try this yourself. If you're not too familiar with wrapping cars, the hardest part in my opinion is doing the cutting and making it clean. I kind of got scared here and had Logan on the left side of the door cut that out because I didn't want to do it again. We were just trying to knock this whole car out as fast as possible, so I just did the stuff I was super confident with and then asked him to take over when I needed it. I was okay with doing the cuts at the bottom like you just saw, tucking in the edge, and it actually looked pretty good. Logan really broke some of my bad habits of using heat and stretching things and pushing them into places. That kind of leads to, wrap that peels up in corners and stuff like that. If you can really prep the area really well and then apply it without heat, it sticks for a very long time, maintains a good finish, and it doesn't look discolored or anything like that. Sometimes with certain colors you have to be careful when you stretch. It kind of makes the color look a little weird. So Logan's taught me some really good habits to just not use heat whenever you can avoid it and just do it the right way. This rear quarter though, You can see these hips in the light. Ooh, I'm getting excited.
Bam.
Bam. This is the part where I feel like I'm in debt to Logan. Oh my gosh, look at the front bumper. You got to do all these inlays, use knifeless tape, it's called. It's this little thin green tape with like fishing line in the middle of it. Uses that to get in some corners and make perfect lines so that when two pieces of vinyl line up next to each other and you have all these inlays that match with the piece that goes over that you'll see in a second, it has to look good and you have to have clean lines and use that knifeless tape. Logan, I owe you. You absolutely knocked us out of the park, and I think he spent like over 6 hours just on the front bumper. Yeah, I did sit there through it with him, but oh my gosh, this is just not an easy task by all means, and experience is definitely needed. Anyone could do it, but to make it look this good like Logan, people couldn't even tell that it was multiple pieces by the time it was done. You couldn't. It looked perfect in person. It looked like someone just dipped the whole car in a different color and it just came out and it was done. The big panels are pretty simple to wrap your head around that part, but when you get to a front bumper like this, you can usually tell someone good did it or someone that didn't have much experience did it. So I'm glad I didn't do it, because you would have been able to tell, especially in person, which would have been a big turn off when you have a car that's nice and all the little details, they really can just fall apart when there's little, cringe wrap details that are just weak. So this car wouldn't be looking as nice as it does without Logan's front bumper job. Sat and talked for a while to figure out what we were going to do with the ducktail spoiler on this, and we decided to, on the top of the bottom half, do the vinyl wrap over the carbon and leave the top of the trunk exposed and the deck lid exposed so we could see plenty of carbon, but it would just have like a wraparound look and it would look really seamless. Logan did some knifeless tape, got everything, all the edges dialed. This came out really, really cool. It's a nice little addition, minor touch that most people don't see in person until it's pointed out, because it just looks that smooth. Getting the car finished up. Logan just did the rear valence in one piece. Look at this. Oh. Next thing we have to do is fill in that, cut out the reflectors in the rear bumper, and see how she looks in the sun. All right, here we go. First time seeing it in the sun. I'm excited. I need to clean it bad, but oh my gosh, it looks sick. Makes me so happy.